Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel and welcome back to my kitchen. Okay, we are smack in the middle, or maybe, hopefully it's the middle, it's probably the beginning of the COVID-19. We're not in lockdown, but we're not supposed to be leaving our suburbs and all that sort of stuff, so what better thing to do than cook? So I tried this recipe. Of course, like most of my recipes, I just made it up. I made it last week for when we were still allowed to gather in our homes for my son's birthday, and I made it for, I think I had 17 people here. So shows that you can make an easy meal for a lot of people for not a lot of money. So I'm not going to make it in that huge amount today because obviously I'm just making it for my family of 5, but yes, you can easily just double this recipe. So I call this my hidden veggie meatballs, but it is basically, if you've ever made porcupines, it's basically making porcupines without putting the rice in. And if you wanted you know, it to be a bit more carb heavy, then you could still make it with the rice, but I'm making it without, and then I will have it with some baked veggies, obviously veggies that I'm not putting in already. But yes, so I'm just going to work with a kilo or just under a kilo of mince. I just buy the bulk, I think it's 1.8 kilos of mince at Aldi, and then just break it up into 2 parts and wrap it in glad wrap and put them in the freezer. The other night I obviously made it with the whole amount, but today I'm just making it with just under a kilo. So I'm going to add celery, cauliflower, broccoli, a good amount of spinach, mushrooms, zucchini, carrot, onion, and I'm also going to add Himalayan salt, chili and garlic spice, some basil pesto, and some minced garlic, and did I say the black beans? And a can of black beans. So yeah, I'm going to basically put all of these ingredients except the mince and the spices in the Thermomix and just blitz it up. It's going to just become like mush, probably like green sludgy mush, and then we're just going to mix it all up. It's going to make a huge amount because this is a huge amount of veggies. So as you can imagine, these are going to be nutrient dense meatballs because there is just so many vitamins and minerals you're getting out of these vegetables. So, and if you've got fussy kids, which I actually don't, but if you've got fussy kids, I mean, getting this amount of vegetables into them without them even knowing is amazing. So yeah, give this a go. You won't regret it. It is so easy, and you can put it with anything you wanted to. So once this has all been put together, same with the porcupine recipe, you use, basically it's like tomato soup is normally your sort of base, but I've been using like passata jars, something like that. If I've got tomato soup in there, I'll use that as well, but normally the passata is super easy to use and super economical because they're only $1.69 for the big jar at Aldi. So yeah, so we'll get into that. Okay, it's always a good idea to pair up your harder veggies to blitz first and then do your softer ones, because otherwise I find that you will, if you just chuck it all in together, you'll end up with bits of carrot in there that didn't blitz, where everything else is mush. So just put your harder vegetables in first, get those done, and then put your softer ones in. With your broccoli and cauliflower and your zucchini, if you want to, you can put a, like, say, you know, I might put some of this garlic in with a little bit of, it's nearly finished, that's why I'm doing that, but to give a little bit of liquid to it, because in the previous one you had onion in there, So it gives a little bit of moisture to it as it is, well, as does the carrot as well. And there is zucchini, some will come out of that, but if you want to just make it bind a little bit better, then just put a little bit of minced garlic in it. Okay, how good does that look? My goodness me. Your kids will not even know all those veggies are there. Okay, so we'll just mix this together. One thing I need to invest in is a bigger bowl. I think I've talked about that in other vlogs. But yes. Okay, and last thing to blitz up is our mushrooms and our black beans. Okay, so here is our mushroom and black beans blitzed up together. There's a couple of bigger chunks of mushroom still in there, but unless you've got the mushroom police out, you'll probably be okay. Okay, so we'll just mix this up. Okay, so you can see, like, this is our amount of mince and this is our amount of hidden vegetables. Like, you can see how many this is going to make. It is really great. Okay, you'll also might notice that I didn't blitz my spinach. If you want to blitz your spinach, that's completely fine, but I actually prefer to make my meatballs and then I put my spinach on the top and then my cheese over the top of that. So it's up to you. Okay, so I've already sprayed my tray here. I'm going to pour this entire bottle of passata in the bottom. Okay, don't throw that out because if you want a little bit more moisture at the end, you can rinse it out with some water and add it to the top. So I'm just going to make my meatballs now. You can make them quite reasonable size. Okay, so I have filled this tray and as you can see there are 20 really good size meatballs here. So this will be great for my family. I don't even know if we'll go through all of these in one meal, but we'll see. What I'm going to do with the leftovers, if you wanted to, you can of course make another tray identical, but what I'm going to do with the leftovers is just make some normal meat patties and put them on a tray in the oven and cook them at the same time, and then they can just go into the fridge to be used for hamburgers or anything like that. Okay, so I'm just going to put my spinach on the top. Literally, I like to load up as much as I can possibly fit on here. Okay, now take your tomato soup. Pour that over the top evenly. Okay, I'm using dairy-free cheese because my son doesn't have dairy. So yeah, just put a little bit of coconut oil on the inside of your foil. Spread that out. Sure, there's probably a fancier way to do this than using your finger. This is going to go in the oven on 180 degrees for 40 minutes and then take the top off and put it back in for another 10 minutes. Obviously, every oven's different, so just work it out based on what your oven likes.